Hi everyone, and welcome back to our Let's Play series of World of Warcraft: The War Within. We're currently working through the newest patch, which is patch 11.07. On our last episode, we worked through some of the epilogue story quests that were added in this patch, which involved the Black Blood and what the goblins may be doing with it. There is more story quests that were added with patch 11.01. If you come into your quest log, you can see here that there's another campaign called Fate of the Kirin Tour. If you remember, at the very beginning of the War Within, everything started with Dalaran literally crash landing onto the Isle of Dorn. All of that kind of got put to the side as we dealt with the very pressing issues here, but I think it's about time that we deal with the fact that the wonderful city of mages that has always floated above Azeroth is now gone. And the ruling council of mages, the Kirin Tor, well, what do they have left to rule? I'm not sure, but if we speak here to Archmage Khadgar, we might find out more.
As always, we have much to discuss.
He says, we've all suffered from Xal'atath's deeds, some more than others. I'm glad to be alive, even if I now feel as old as I look. Khadgar tries to laugh, but coughs instead. He waves off your worry. Don't worry about me, but Aethys. I've heard he went back to Dalaran's crash site, and that he hasn't slept or eaten since we arrived. He wants my help, but I haven't been able to bring myself to visit the crash site. Will you go in my stead?
All that has been lost, we all grieve Dalaran. But Aethys may need help processing its loss.
Alright, well, I can't say I have any special training in therapy or any other professional skills that may help in processing loss, but what we can do is go lend a helping ear, just be a friendly face. Let's go check in with Aethys, who is apparently over in the ruins of Dalaran. So this is just outside the city, across the ocean, past the Horde and Alliance ships. You can see it in the distance there, what remains of Dalaran after it came crashing down. I loved Dalaran. I thought it was a beautiful city. My memories of Dalaran are especially from the Wrath of the Lich King days. Obviously, it was also a city that was very much present in the Legion expansion, but for me, I'll always remember it from Wrath of the Lich King. To see it gone, kind of sucks. Here is Archmage Aethys Sunreaver, who is looking at some magical scrolls.
All that I worked for. Gone.
Aethys's posture is etched with the exhaustion of sleepless nights and days without food. His tattered clothes hang loosely on his emaciated frame, and his every movement seems fatigued. I see. I knew Khadgar was gravely injured, but it did not occur to me that his wounds were more than physical. I respect his choice not to come here.
Still we stand. And so, we fight on.
Aethys sighs heavily, his voice tinged with sorrow. Dalaran, once a symbol of unity and arcane mastery, now reduced to rubble and ash. Again. So much loss and so much pain. Friends and comrades gone in an instant, their voices silenced by Xal'atath. He takes a deep breath, steeling himself against the overwhelming grief. But now is the time for action, not grief. We must regroup with the remaining Kirin Tor. However, the right words do not come easily.
May we next meet? I've been struggling to find the right words to pen this letter.
Is this where I come in? Alright. The loss of Dalaran and of much of our... Okay, I have to choose between the three letters. Okay, so this is option 1. The loss of Dalaran and much of our fellowship is a great tragedy. I think we would all benefit from coming together to meet informally as comrades to discuss the fate of the Kirin Tor going forward. Our most pressing agenda would be how to preserve and also make safe the crash site of Dalaran. I understand if returning or seeing it destroyed for the first time may be too much, but those of you who can, please make your way to the Isle of Dorn. I would benefit from seeing you and do need your help. Honestly, I think that's a really good letter, but we may as well check out the other two as well. Dalaran has fallen, but we, the Kirin Tor, have not been vanquished. The time to act is upon us. Our order must rise from the ashes and once again fulfill our duties not only as defenders of Azeroth, but as the curators and custodians of magic. Join me on the Isle of Dorn to pick up the pieces of our legacy and the mantle of our responsibility. Join me in rebuilding the Kirin Tor. And then option 3. We, those who remain of the Kirin Tor, have much to mourn. Many of us have lost colleagues, friends, and loved ones in the wake of Dalaran's crash. But to do right by those who we lost, we must look forward to the future and make sure their sacrifice was meaningful. Find me in the Isle of Dorn, and we will bring closure to this fateful chapter of the Kirin Tor. I think I'm going to go with letter number 1. I really like its tone. It feels less formal. It recognizes that coming to the Isle of Dorn might be too much for some people right now, but does ask for help. So I'm gonna select this letter right here.
For Dalaran.
We have taken the first step, at least. Now, we wait.
It is important we use our power wisely.
Kirin Tor survivors have been hesitant to return to this area. A great deal of energy was dispelled before and after Dalaran's crash. An invisible yet tangible miasma lingers in the area for those who are sensitive to it. It is unclear if the site is hazardous or if other more corporeal dangers still lurk here. I can protect us by expending all my reagents at the proscenium. Will you aid me in procuring more?
May we next meet. This area is dangerous. We must act to protect ourselves while we are here.
Fair enough. I guess I'll lead the way. So we need to collect 10 arcane dust, 4 radiant prism crystals, and 1 frostfire essence. Should all be sort of scattered around in the ruins here. It is eerily silent down here. Make some noise by destroying these mana fragments so we can collect some arcane dust, rather. Go, 3 out of 10. Here's a radium prism crystal. 5 out of 10 on arcane dust. We'll have this done in no time. Looks like a lot of the magic has almost crystallized, coalesced into these little monsters. It makes sense. You can only think how much latent magic surrounded the city of Dalaran, and how many magical artifacts and other things were left and smashed into the ground, so it actually makes complete sense that there's these sort of echoes and fragments of magic that has coalesced into monsters here at the crash site.
I do not have a target.
Alright, that's all the arcane dust we need, so now we need the frostfire essence and some more radiant prism crystals. Here's one right here. Here's another one right here. Now, for the Frostfire Essence, whereabouts are we going to find that? Looks like it might be over here a ways. Aha, there's a Frostfire Elemental. That's so cool. It's literally a creature made of ice, but surrounded by fire. It's like a walking contradiction. But I suppose that's the power of magic for you. The power of fire and ice can coalesce when there's an arcane force sustaining it. Alright, so we should have all the reagents now.
I hesitate to scavenge reagents from Dalaran, but we need a barrier if we are to remain here. The Sun Reavers will defend what remains.
The last few days have been difficult.
Still we stand.
Yes, these will do. Thank you,
So,
Tallara. Despite the shards and elementals roaming there, it seems the ruins are not immediately dangerous, but if we are to spend any time here, an arcane barrier is wise. We don't know the long-term effects of exposure of this kind.
It is important we use our power wisely.
The spell for the barrier is ready, but I must channel it and define its perimeter. While I channel the spell, take these wards and place them at the edges of our would-be barrier. We will empower the spell when you're finished.
May we next meet on the bed. Place the wards on the ground, champion. I will channel the barrier.
Alright, well here's the first one.
To me, it seems the Kirin Tor continue to make the same mistakes. If fate has brought Dalaran low twice, maybe it should not be rebuilt. For all the ground we gain, we lose people and history. Now, champion, use the Frostfire essence to seal the barrier.
There you have it.
Will do. I think I may need a moment to catch my breath.
Fair enough. If the mages of Kirin Tor are good at one thing, it's creating barriers. Although, creating a barrier of this size with only one archmage is certainly quite a feat. I can see why he needs to catch his breath, but this should keep us safe at least.
All that I worked for.
Yes, this will do for now.
It is important we use our power wisely.
I fear that it may just be me that remains, Tallara, or that the others are too far away to receive my missive. It may be up to us to build an outpost here and see to the cleansing of the crash site. So be it. It is just as well.
Still we stand. I doubt if we can do all of this alone. What? What is that on the horizon?
What am I looking at?
Alone,
Oh!
friends.
Hey, there's a familiar
Caligos.
face.
You got my message.
Kaligos, my personal favorite member of the Kirin Tor. You may recognize him from the Dragonflight expansion because he is not just an archmage of the Kirin Tor. He's actually a dragon, and not just any dragon. He is the new aspect of the blue Dragonflight. You could say Kaligos has his plate rather full with his duties and responsibilities, so the fact that he is the first one to answer the call is, well, goes to show why I love him.
Mistakes have been made, but we can learn from them.
I was already on my way after hearing about Dalaran's demise. I'm glad that I found you here. Kaz Elgar wasn't easy to reach. All the arcane energy that is being ceaselessly released from Dalaran's ruins must interfere with long-range teleportation spells. I wonder how many others tried to respond to your missive but couldn't. Well, since you're here, we could use your help building an outpost.
I can definitely help with that. Here, take this bag and start setting up camp.
Whoa. Alright.
Now, excuse me. I need a moment with Aethys.
Of course, you guys do your thing while I use your bag of
Aethys.
magical goods and set up camp.
I brought mana potions, but it's obvious what you really need is rest.
Rest? No. I am afraid to close my eyes, Kaligos.
Not sure why we need a giant anvil here in the outpost, but giant anvil we have. Flying carpet hovers in the air, its fringes trembling with irritation and its threads rippling with discontent. Gently direct the carpet to an unoccupied spot. Hey, I guess when you're rebuilding a city of mages, things have an air of mysticism to them. There we go. Got the basic necessities
I
now.
will do whatever I can for the Kirin Tor.
Well done. That bag is quite useful, isn't it? I'm glad I thought to bring it with me. Now, on to the task at hand.
Call on me again, and I will follow.
I'm afraid that our cleanup of Dalaran extends far from the shores of the Isle of Dorn. In my attempts to find you, I circled this island many times. During my flight, I sensed the magic of many familiar items. Items that were formerly housed in Dalaran. Dangerous items. Someone or something has taken them who knows where. We must find these objects before innocent bystanders come to harm. Follow me.
Do not worry. I'll meet you at morning rise, champion. I need to.
Kaligos, go. I will be fine.
Maybe, but I am not leaving that to chance. Let's go, champion.
Just like a dragon. Stubborn and a show-off.
Good old Kaligos, making sure he has helpful hands everywhere he needs to go. The Kaligos mirror images are going to stay behind to help set up the camp. We'll check in with Aethys one last time before we go.
For Dalaran.
I know you said you'll be fine, but can I listen before I go?
What you have told me makes me afraid for you, Aethys.
Fear isn't part of it. Or not fear of Nerubians or even Xalatath.
Then, of what?
Of letting everyone we have lost down again. If I slip, if I sleep, what then? What horror comes here and takes more of us away?
I know very little about what has transpired here. But, Aethys, none of it was your fault. You're a survivor, a victim of this tragedy. To continue to fight and then rebuild, that's more than anyone would ask of you.
And yet, here I am. Still alone. The Kirin,
they will come. For now, you need rest. Let me put the burden on my wings for a while.
Kalecgos, thank you.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Good old Kalecgos. Alright, let's go meet him at Morning Rise. Should have known someone would take the opportunity to go scavenging in the ruins of Dalaran, as it no doubt housed many interesting, powerful, and perhaps dangerous magical artifacts. We've been so caught up kind of in our own bubble here in the Isle of Dorne that you kind of forget the outside world probably still doesn't 100% know what's going on. Kalecgos confirmed it. This place is hard to find, first of all. It's not marked on any maps. Then with the crash of Dalaran and its magical energies, it makes it very difficult to get here, to communicate to the outside world. So it makes sense that no one has answered the call yet.
Are definitely hoarding magical items here. I can sense them.
Of course the kobolds are. Whenever there's trouble, kobolds aren't usually far behind.
We must safeguard what is left of Dalaran.
We will begin our search here. I can feel faint arcane auras emanating from around and beneath this structure. The kobolds must have found and brought them to this place.
You can count on me for support.
The kobolds here could get up to untold mischief with the items they have stolen. Take what you can back from them by whatever means you see fit. While you deal with the kobolds around Morning's Rise grave sites, I will go underground and search Kriegval's Rest and do the same. Meet me near Kriegval's Rest when you have secured the Kirin artifacts that the kobolds have stolen.
Call on me again, and I will. I must admit, the sight of Dalaran reduced to rubble overwhelmed me. Though I put on a strong front for Aethys, I need a distraction. Something else to focus on.
Alright, well you go do your thing. While you do, we will do our things. Not only did the kobolds steal things that aren't theirs, now they're desecrating an earthen graveyard? Seems a little rude, don't you think? Whoa. Look at this guy. I think this kobold thief in particular learned his lesson, because whatever he stole has left his dead body suspended. The gem pulses with arcane energy, hinting at ancient magic woven into its very core. Alright, well, we found one missing artifact. R.I.P. to that guy. Mess around and find out, am I right?
I need to target something first.
What do we have over here? A bag of stolen goods. Inside, we found an arcane manuscript. So many of these little things, they're swarming me here. Luckily, we're getting lots of the artifacts back. What I need to focus on, though, is finding more of those arcane manuscripts. Let's take to the sky so I've got a better view of what's going on. Here's one.
To stop the kobolds plundering Morning Rise. Use explosives to their tunnels.
Okay. There's another bag. Rummage around in. There's another arcane manuscript. Alright, we need to find 3 more of those. Before we do, just gonna take a quick break to do a little mining. Looks like other heroes have the same idea. And back to the skies. There's another bag. There's another manuscript.
I require
2 more of those, and we also need 1 more artifact. There's the artifact, so now just the manuscripts. So there's one right here. Can't hear, can't see, candle find. It's like I was blind and used somehow his candle to see? Interesting. Regardless, he was also a thief, so we'll be taking back that arcane manuscript that you stole, and here's the last bag right here. Alright, let's go check in with Caligos.
Champion, did you find anything?
Found lots, actually.
In the darkest of times, we need the truest of friends.
It's good to see you, Tallara, though I wish we weren't always meeting each other under circumstances like these.
Do not worry.
We must search and
This is
reclaim what we
not the
can.
end
Even the
of the Kirin
smallest
Tour.
curio could be meaningful to someone, or dangerous.
You can count on
I'm
me
shocked
for
to see how much they managed to pilfer in
May
such a
there
short
be
time.
fairer skies ahead.
Kobold that had this necklace was dead, did you say? That does not bode well.
Call me again,
This
and I
necklace, it's clearly full of powerful magic, but it's elusive, as if it's hiding its origin from me. You take another look. Maybe there's something obvious that I'm missing.
Maybe. I can feel faint traces of spells I haven't seen used in years.
This magical emerald necklace pulses with arcane power, its proximity giving you a tingling sensation. Reach out and gently touch the necklace. Whoa!
A curse! Hold on!
Well, that's not good, although if there's anyone I'd like to be cursed with, it is a powerful dragon aspect and archmage of the Kirin Tour. But what the heck? Looks like we weren't the only ones cursed, because there are a ton of other heroes here. What is going on?
I will do whatever I can for the Kirin Tour.
It was foolish of me to let my guard down. Do not be alarmed, Tallara, but this appears to be a pocket dimension. If the kobolds that met their demise here are any indication, it may be difficult to return to the Isle of Dorn.
Do not worry. This is not the end of the Kirin Tour.
A pocket dimension? This is old magic. Malagos used pocket dimensions on occasion when he did not wish to be disturbed. They were mainly used by mages as research spaces or for testing dangerous spells, or if a mage wanted to hide what they were doing. I wonder who made this one. I suppose it doesn't matter. We need to get out. Thankfully, every pocket dimension has an exit, though it's normally well hidden. Let's find it.
You can. Perhaps that scroll holds the key to leaving.
This giant scroll in the middle? Let's check it out.
Look, the dimension, it's shifting.
Okay, so now there's little fragmented souls we need to investigate. He promised to cure me. Everyone said the Kirin Tour can be trusted. Now look at me. What was happening in this pocket dimension? I don't know if I want to know, but we need to release the poor souls that were stuck here. He got angry when the experiment failed. Can you help us? He found me in the sewers, promised food and a safe place to sleep. It's so cold here.
Another shift. Keep doing what you're doing. Perhaps we'll shift out of here.
This is so dark. Okay, what are we doing now? There's an alchemical solution here that we can toss into the cauldron. It's hard to see what I should be doing because of all the other heroes here also trying to escape the pocket dimension. Okay, here's a rusted key. Attached to the keychain, you find a note. Stratholme. Uh-oh. Oh, there was some dark stuff going on here. If that's any indication. Okay. We've got a bag of grain. Delivered to Dalaran as requested. Fresh grain from Brill. Payment upon receipt. Okay, that's not ominous. That one right there is actually not too ominous. God, I can't see where the other ingredients are. Oh, here we go. A skull. Of course. What else do you add to a spooky cauldron? And also the essence of death. Oh, fantastic.
Look out!
That brought the scourge.
Ones in Northrend. But they're unstable. Are they?
Enough! Did the council send you to seize my tomes again?
Careful. Even though that's a mirror image, it can still be dangerous.
Wow, this is pretty crazy. It's hard to see through the mass of heroes here, but look who it is. This is Archmage Kel'Thuzad. If you've been a World of Warcraft fan from the beginning, you might recognize that name. Essentially, he was the harbinger of the Scourge, the undead plague that swept through these lands many years ago.
See, there is work to be done.
Meddlesome evoker, how did you find this place? What is this place? Must I explain everything to you simpletons? Fine. This pocket dimension is a realm hidden from prying eyes, a place where driven, visionary mages like myself can make real progress. It's a world of shadow, cloaked in magic, where time bends to your will and power flows freely, if you know how to harness it. And best of all, there are no distractions, no fools meddling in your affairs. Just you, your ambition, and raw arcane energy waiting eagerly to be tamed and shaped. I saw your experiments. As the sole master of this dimension, the usual quibbling alliance moral constraints and the nonsense rules of the Kirin Tor are, shall we say, optional. Progress demands sacrifice, sometimes of the body, sometimes of the soul. Here I push the boundaries of magic in ways narrow-minded mages like Antonidas would never dream. Flesh is just another material to mold, death merely a doorway to greater power. Here I reanimate, reshape, and rewrite the very laws of existence. Souls, energy, life, all are tools. There is no room for sentiment when grappling with the power of life and death. The key to immortality is within my reach. Kel'Thuzad was a really nice guy, wasn't he? Gosh. Look, we're actually here by mistake, and we would leave if we knew how.
Take your leap. A mistake? Is that not what the Kirin Tor is now? Bumbling mages making mistakes and meddling in what they understand not. They mistake cowardice for morality and wisdom for mediocrity. True power can only come from sacrifice, from setting aside taboos and fear, and venturing into the unknown. So do not speak to me of mistakes. The Kirin Tor is the mistake. I have chosen my path, one of learning and discovery. I will not be hindered by the short-sightedness of those who cling to the illusion of right and wrong. Now go, before I find use for you in one of my experiments.
Okay, well, he was lovely to talk to, but the best part about all of it is he did give us a passage out of here. Passage between dimensions. Let's go. Hey, Caligos.
We're back. Kel'Thuzad helped us. And the necklace is just a necklace now. We must safeguard what is left of Dalaran.
Look, whatever magic was left in that necklace is gone now, and with it, Kel'Thuzad's mirror image.
Call on me again, and I will follow.
What we experienced in Kel'Thuzad's pocket dimension is a timely reminder of what can happen when magic is used without regard to ethics or regulation. To me, this underlines the importance of the Kirin Tor. But on the other hand, Kel'Thuzad was Kirin Tor. It is also a reminder of how power corrupts. Now that we have made sure these artifacts will not cause anyone else to go on an unexpected trip, let's return to Aethys. Perhaps now more have responded to his letter.
May there be fairer skies. Our brush with Kel'Thuzad underscores my greatest fears about the Kirin Tor. We need to regroup.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright. Kalecgos is turning into a dragon, and I am too, although a much, much smaller dragon. And we will meet him back at the outpost that we made. Appears the outpost is now called a Tranquil Stand? Tranquil Strand. That's a nice name. I like that. Flying over the Isle of Dorn. I still love this place. Even though the shiny, fresh, sort of new coat of paint has worn off, I still absolutely love this zone.
The ruins of Tallara. Kalecgos. It is good to see you.
Oh, hey! Look who it is! My absolute favorite character.
It is good to see you.
Lady Jaina Proudmoore, Kalecgos' ex-lover, and also a powerful mage, although not a part of the Kirin Tor. Hey Jaina, did you get the summons?
I will do what I can.
Closure is finding peace and saying goodbye.
A single spark can set the world aflame.
Looks like more mages have arrived. This gives me hope. I'm sure Aethys will be relieved.
You can count on me for support.
The way forward will not be easy.
Kalecgos' hypothesis that Dalaran's debris interferes with long-range teleportation seems correct. Mage portals have appeared along the shore, but no one has stepped through them. There are likely mages trapped within the portals, or something mana-hungry like fell hunters may be being lured here by the release of Dalaran's power. We must investigate. Mages of the Kirin Tor may be in danger. The fell hunters are an acceptable risk. Let us not waste any more time.
The Alliance will endure.
Have you spoken to Aethys at the outpost?
Not yet. I thought I was ready to see Dalaran's ruins again, but I arrived and just froze.
That's understandable. Come, we'll go together.
Kalecgos and Jaina were one of my favorite Warcraft couples, so I'm honestly all for them getting back together. It seemed like it was kind of hinted at in the epilogue of the Dragonflight expansion, at the very least that they would start to rekindle their friendship. They've been apart for very long while Jaina had to work through some personal things. But I like the fact that they might be reconnecting again. I'm all on board for this ship. Alright, so here's our first unstable portal. Let's reach in and see if we can pull out whoever's stuck. I never had a portal trap me that way. You saved my life, my friend. You're welcome. God, that must be scary. Can you imagine stepping into a portal and just getting stuck? Yeah, that would definitely be very scary. Alright. Here is another portal. But for some reason, I can't interact with it? Huh. Okay, let's go try another one. I think I see one up over here. Are my portals glitching, perhaps? Because I can't interact with this one either. Okay, I can interact with this one.
Thanks. I saw the letter. I'm here to help.
Excellent. Another mage saved. Alright. I guess maybe not all the portals actually have mages in them. So we need to find the ones that do. That makes sense. Looking for more portals. Looking for more portals. That's the one we looked at before. Looking for more portals. There's one.
Thank you.
I do not know what would have happened when I ran out of mana.
Right. Hopefully that's everybody. Let's go check in.
Grief heals slowly, Aethys. Be patient, and more will answer your missives in time.
I wish this Drakthir, this giant bumblebee, wasn't standing on top of Jaina, but
The true
he must have heard me. I'm glad to see the scattered mages of the Kirin Tor answering Aethys' call.
I know what must be done.
A few mages have come, but I expected more to act on Aethys' call to action, but perhaps that was wishful thinking. We need more help despite what you and Caligos did at Morning Rise. Aside from Kel'Thuzad's pendant, the Kobold's plunder was middling-powered artifacts. Meanwhile, there have been reports of powerful magical objects filtering through Ashkahet, meaning the Nerubians must have scavenged Dalaran's crash first. We must find these artifacts before they are used against us.
Champion, come with me. We will deal with the Nerubians ourselves.
Yeah, that's not ideal. While the kobolds are annoying, I would never consider themselves dangerous. The Nerubians, however, they could certainly become dangerous if they have power and it's in the wrong hands. Let's follow Jaina through her portal and head down to Ashkahet and see if we can recover the artifacts here. Oh, yep. Looks like Jaina was right. There's one right in front of us.
A mana bomb. This is a worst-case scenario, and we only have ourselves to blame.
Uh-oh. Not a mana bomb. Jaina knows about those all too well.
The way forward will not be easy.
We may have arrived too late, Sarala, for all of us.
The Alliance will endure. I will do what I can.
This is exactly what I had feared. Thalen Songweaver's notes on the mana bomb he devised to devastate Theramore were under guard in Dalaran. Few knew of this. I argued they should be destroyed, but others argued if such a bomb was again created, we would need them to disarm it. And now those notes are both the problem and the solution. Thankfully, I have read these notes, Sarala. I will walk you through disarming the mana bomb.
I know what must be done. Disentangle the bomb's power sources while I suppress it. We cannot allow the mana bomb to detonate.
So this is actually really huge. Again, a little bit of Warcraft history if you're not aware. Jaina once was the ruler of her own city called Theramore, which was totally destroyed when a mana bomb was dropped on it. It's essentially an arcane nuke. After that, Jaina went through a bit of a crisis of faith. She lost some people dear to her. It was after that that her and Caligos broke up and that she left the Kirin Tor. She had a lot of things she needed to work through. So seeing another mana bomb up close and personal for Jaina, this actually must be very, very difficult for her. We need to disarm this thing because we know how dangerous they can be. They literally wiped out an entire city. We're underground right now. Who knows what would happen if a mana bomb went off down here? Would it make this entire area unstable? Sending even the Isle of Dorn plunging down? Maybe. That's why we've got to disarm it.
Now, champion, realign the mana bomb's matrix.
Don't know what that means, but I'll try. Oh, okay. Gotta do a little puzzle here. Boom. You gotta uncross all the wires. Okay, I see. I see. I didn't expect bomb squad to be on my resume here in World of Warcraft, but here we are, hey? Sometimes you can't choose the type of hero that you want to be. You just gotta do what needs to be done. Today, that means realigning the mana bomb matrix. Alright. This one's gonna be a little more tricky than the others. There we go. Got it.
We have averted a great catastrophe, champion.
Yeah, we really have.
The true battle lies ahead.
My faith in you is never misplaced. Well done.
A single spark.
Closure is finding peace and saying goodbye. That's her go-to line today, isn't it?
The Alliance.
The larger threat has been contained, Tallara, but I believe there are still other artifacts important to our legacy, good and bad, here in Ashkahet. While they are still dangerous, their knowledge may benefit us in the long run, and we must not allow the Nerubians to profit from what they and Xalatath did to Dalaran. Leave no dark corners here in the Breathing Pit unexplored, Tallara.
I know what must be done.
Some of the relics the Nerubians now possess were housed in carefully designed containment vaults on Dalaran. That is how dangerous and powerful they are. With those vaults gone, the only course of action we can take is to destroy them. In hindsight, it seems a grave mistake to have gathered so many powerful artifacts in one place, even if that place was Dalaran. I would trust no one else with this task, Tallara. Find and destroy those artifacts.
A single spark. This bomb should not have been built. Kirin Tor leadership is to blame, but we are all complicit, and must atone for it. I will dispose of the bomb. Destroy the other artifacts, and meet me in the Tranquil Strand.
Got it. I'll leave that to you. In the meantime, I will be finding, disposing of, or carefully collecting all the artifacts that are scattered around here. These right here are all dangerous and need to be destroyed. Let's see what else we have. There's one underwater, it appears. What is this? Medivh's Karazhan schematics. Oh, interesting. Alright. We can keep that. Then we also, over here, have Antonitus's Introduction to Arcane Magic. Gotta preserve that legacy. And finally, on this side, also in the water, hopefully this was printed on waterproof paper, because here's another book. Phelan Songweaver's Notes. Alright. Collected all the artifacts. Unfortunately for us, Jaina did not leave a portal behind. But, fortunately for us, we do have a Hearthstone, which will bring us back to Dornegal, and then we're just a short flight away from reuniting with the rest of the gang. Hello, Ronesh. Don't mind me, just teleporting into your humble inn. Need to go meet Lady Jaina.
Of Dalaran hold more than just debris. They conceal.
More mages have arrived in our absence, Tallara. That is heartening to see. More? I'd say so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 people have answered Aethys's call, and now Khadgar is here as well. What are all these boats? They're filled with various things.
I will do what I can.
We must reclaim what we can of the Kirin Tor's legacy. Well, here's what I was able to find.
I know what must
What
be
have you
done.
found? Thalen Songweaver's notes. The rest will be kept safe, but these notes, I will see to their destruction myself. Thank you, Tallara.
The Alliance.
Thank you. In the future, the Kirin Tor must find better ways to study and safeguard magical
A
artifacts.
single spark can set the world aflame.
I'm glad to see you still in the thick of things.
Not all of the Kirin Tor's issues can be solved in one day, but one way we can act is to honor those who have fallen. After speaking with everyone here, we have cobbled together a ceremony to send off those we have lost, and Dalaran. We would be honored if you would join us and participate in remembering our fallen comrades in the Kirin Tor.
Be careful out there.
Everyone brought a memento of someone we lost to commit to the ocean.
Ah, and they're gonna put them in the boats. I see. Okay. My job is to bring them back and
As we
forth.
send them off, we let go of the past to face the future and become stronger.
We must acknowledge our past errors and correct our course.
No matter how painful, we must embrace change as we honor those we have lost.
The true battle lies ahead.
Let's begin.
I know.
Wow, that was a beautiful ceremony.
Don't worry about me.
I will stay here with all of
heal
you and help however I can.
So, what now?
We rebuild, but not just brick and mortar. We need changes to our foundation, to us.
Agreed. We must move forward with intention and learn from the mistakes we were too prideful to before.
I admit I was blinded by the ivory towers of Tallara. I believe that Kirin Tor's wisdom was nigh infallible.
Let us pledge then that the new Kirin Tor will be different. No more consuls, no more floating cities, and no more meddling in world affairs.
Then we are all in agreement. We will start anew. For the Kirin Tor. For all of us.
Good. Because this old man is tired. I will go to Donegal to rest, and then start rebuilding the connections we have lost.
Are you going to stay, Caligos?
The Dragon Isles can endure a little longer without me. We have much work to do.
More mages are arriving to lend their strength. We need to start planning how we want to spend our resources.
Well, there you have it. That is the end of the Kirin Tor questline here in patch 11.0.7. Looks like I got an achievement at some point there. Fate of the Kirin Tor. We completed the storylines and got a new title, Witness of the Kirin Tor. It looks like they're gonna do their best to rebuild. Never forget what they left behind, but use it as a stepping stone to build something new, something better. I personally really loved that storyline. I've always enjoyed the mages of the Kirin Tor. Some of my favorite characters are involved with the Kirin Tor. So for me to see everyone come together again and try to move forward after the crash of Tallara, I thought that was really awesome. You guys will have to let me know what you thought of this storyline down in the comments section below. But that's it for the Kirin Tor storyline of patch 11.07 here in World of Warcraft The War Within. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys back here again real soon.